Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are plunging into the sources on the Arkan 60-minute martial movement conditioning system. If you're looking for a shortcut to really understanding a complete 360-degree martial development cycle, you've definitely come to the right place.
Yeah, and what's so fascinating about it is the structure. The whole 60 minutes is broken down into 4 integrated phases. Each one builds on the last, and the whole thing is designed to forge a complete martial athlete. We're talking strength, speed, fluidity.
And that supreme combat awareness, right?
Exactly. All of that packed into just 1 hour.
Okay, let's unpack this. That claim, a complete martial athlete in 60 minutes, that sets a really high bar. So our mission today is to dissect the role and, the unique mechanism of each of these 4 dimensions. Starting with phase 1, the structural foundation. It's only 10 minutes, focused entirely on the full flex stance.
And that 10 minutes is the anchor for everything. Its whole purpose is building what the system calls stillness under tension. The mechanism here is, it's powerful because it demands full isometric activation. You're pressing your hands together, arms extended, keeping a perfectly upright spine.
Which locks the core in place.
Right. But the crucial part is you're doing all this in a tiptoe stance with a slight knee bend.
So it's less about actual movement and more about this incredibly intense static hold.
Precisely. That stance just instantly fires up the entire kinetic chain. Your calves, ankle stabilizers, quads, glutes, they're all forced to work together just to maintain microbalance. It's what builds your posture, your root stability, before any explosive movement can even happen.
Okay, so if that stance is the root, then phase 2 must be the branches. It's called Jed Ball, the reflex engine, and it takes up the biggest chunk of time, 20 minutes. This is all about timing, precision, creativity, and flow.
This is where reaction time is truly forged. What's so unique about Jed Ball is the one big rule: no catching. You have to strike the softball continuously. Hands, elbows, knees, feet, whatever. It's not about taking an impact. It's about instant, non-stop counter-reaction.
It sounds like it just hacks your response time. Why is that no catching rule so important?
Because it forces you into quicker decision-making and constant adjustments. If you catch it, the drill dies. By forcing that continuous reaction and allowing full power strikes, by the way, you're developing controlled aggression under speed. Doesn't matter if it's solo against a wall or in a 1v1 drill.
That dynamic pace leads us right into phase 3, another 20 minutes, this time for combat conditioning using the Arkan method. And look, we have to address the elephant in the room. This idea of mastery in an hour sounds a bit like, marketing. Where do the sources suggest this shortcut happens?
The shortcut is in the specificity of the conditioning. It uses what they call the 9 pillars of kinetic combat to target really unique attributes, not just general strength. For instance, they target rotational core strength, but not with crunches. They use the 360-degree low kick, which builds multiplane power. That's what you need for real combat efficiency.
Give us another one of those pillars, something unique.
The focus on ground-to-stand recovery power is key. It's achieved through exercises like the handstand jump push and, get this, the no-hand stand-up. This builds your anaerobic endurance and scramble conditioning. The goal is to develop a true fighter's engine, so when you're completely gassed, you still have that explosive strength to get up and execute.
And then finally, the last 10 minutes are spent on phase 4, martial expression, or Arkan flow. This is where all that conditioning is supposed to become combat intelligence.
Exactly. After the stability and the high-intensity conditioning, Arkan Flow gives you the framework to express that movement. It's a 9-action combat sequence that forces the athlete to loop everything: striking, defense, ground movement, and recovery fluidly.
So we're talking sequences like a very low kick that flows immediately into a block and hammer strike, and then finishes with something like a ground defense kick.
Yes. This is the phase that takes all those raw physical ingredients and turns them into a cohesive story. It refines your movement into what they call your martial identity in motion. It's all about controlled power and finding your rhythm under pressure.
So what does this all mean for you, our listener, when you put the full 60 minutes together?
The promised transformation is really 2-layered. Physically, it's about explosive power, joint durability. Mentally, it's about cultivating that calm under pressure, achieving a flow state focus. And the bigger picture here is that the goal isn't just being strong, it's about being optimized for reaction.
Right. The ability to move like a fighter, think like a fighter, and maybe, most importantly, react like a fighter. It's a complete system, and it's all meticulously timed.
That's the main takeaway, yeah.
So here's a final thought. Given that this system dedicates just 10 minutes to that foundational full flex stance, that deep, still, almost painful tension, and exactly 10 minutes to the expressive Arkan flow, the final goal of finding your martial identity, what's the optimal balance between the stillness under tension of phase 1 and the controlled power in phase 4 that really maximizes transformation? That, I think, is the question that dictates mastery.
Arkan 60. White medium star, the 60-minute Arkan times Jed Ball training system. A complete martial movement conditioning system built from your documents and a full flex stance. This system is divided into 4 integrated phases, each training a different dimension of the martial athlete. Structural control, full flex stance. Reflex and flow, Jed Ball. Combat conditioning, Arkan method. Martial expression, Arkan flow. Together, they form a complete 360 degrees martial development cycle. Keycap 1 full flex stance, 10 minutes category. Structural foundation purpose, build posture, balance, and full body activation. How it works. Hands pressed together, chest, arms, shoulders activate isometrically. Arms extended, deltoids plus upper back stabilize. Upright spine, core, and posture muscles engage. Tiptoe stance, calves, feet, and ankle stabilizers fire. Slight knee bend, quads, hamstrings, glutes activate. Benefits: stronger chest, arms, shoulders. Improve posture and spinal alignment. Enhance balance and foot control. Increased core stability. Better joint stability and proprioception. Builds a stillness under tension of a master. Role in the system. This phase prepares the body for the explosive and reactive phases that follow. It is the root of the entire session. Keycap 2 Jed Ball, 20 minutes category, reflex and flow training purpose. Develop timing, precision, creativity, and reactive movement. How it works. Strike a softball using hands, elbows, knees, feet. No catching forces continuous reaction. Wall mode or 1v1 builds rhythm or competitive reflexes. Full power allowed teaches controlled aggression. Benefits: faster reflexes, sharper timing and coordination, better hand, eye and foot eye connection, improved agility and footwork, stronger arms, legs, and core, enhanced creativity and flow state movement, builds confidence in reactive environments. Role in the system. Jed Ball is the reflex engine. It teaches the body to respond instantly, move fluidly, and maintain control under speed. Keycap 3 Arkan method, 20 minutes category. Combat conditioning purpose. Build a combat-ready body using the 9 pillars of kinetic combat. How it works. You train the 9 pillars. High jump, 360 degrees low kick. Deep squat, handstand jump push. Ground leg tucks. Fist push-up, wrist push-up, bicycle crunch. No hand stand-up. Each pillar targets a combat attribute. Explosiveness, rotation, ground entry, scrambling, striking armor, core defense, and recovery. Benefits: combat physique, dense functional muscle, strong hips and legs, rotational core strength, durable wrists and forearms, fighter's engine, anaerobic endurance, scramble conditioning, explosive transitions, ground to stand recovery power, combat mind, fluid movement, instinctive transitions, ground awareness, confidence under pressure. Role in the system. Arkan method is the engine. It builds a physical and mental toughness required for real combat movement. Keycap 4 Arkan flow, 10 minutes category. Martial expression purpose. Teach the body how to fight with rhythm, precision, and identity. How it works. You perform the 9 action combat sequence. Jump out slash in, very low kick, front kick, uppercut, knee strike, front punch, block plus hammer, ground defense kick, no hand stand up. This loop trains striking, defense, ground movement, and recovery. Benefits: striking rhythm, better timing, smooth coordination, level changes, tactical awareness, offense, defense counter, standing, ground, standing, realistic fight sequencing, fluidity and expression, control power, smooth transitions, martial identity in motion, role in the system. Arkan flow is the art. It transforms conditioning into combat intelligence and expression. White medium star, the complete system. What's 60 minutes of a physical transformation? Stronger muscles, full body, better balance and stability, faster reflexes, improved endurance, explosive power, ground mobility, joint durability, mental transformation, calm under pressure, faster decision-making, tactical awareness, confidence in movement, flow state focus, martial transformation. You move like a fighter. You think like a fighter. You react like a fighter. You express Arkan through your body. Fire in one sentence. This 60-minute system builds complete martial athlete. Strong, fast, fluid, aware, and crowned with mastery.